Okay, Mr. Olwayne. I will also talk in English, by the way, so other people also can understand who can't speak German, and we can have a discussion on this. Okay, so let's say we have the like roles, top, jungle, mid, ADC, sub. And if you wanna talk about like numbers, if you divide like this four thingies, we have mechanics, which is like also positioning, champion mechanics, stuff like that. Okay, then we have mental. If you tilt, if you just run it down, if you spam 20 games in a row, I think you guys get the point, right? Game knowledge is macro game, how you move on the map, itemization, how to play several matchups, to see like, I don't know, if you look at the other matchups, then you know how to play your lane optimally. Let's say you have a farming jungler and you play Lux, Caitlyn bot lane. What you want to do is like perma push, but if you have Karthus in your jungle, he can't be 24/7 bot lane. So you have to like adapt to his pathing and like, I don't know, if he's on a Crux top side, then you can't be in enemy turret when you don't know where the enemy jungler is. You know? Like game knowledge things. And meta, obviously, you can't really divide the roles. That's like own discussion for itself, I would say. So we can just we just don't talk about this. Okay, so if you like wanna have the big numbers, mental. If you're mental and this is also autopilot, by the way. Autopilot. Okay? This is the same thing. So let's say on mechanics, on which role is it like the most important thing with mechanics? In my opinion, it's on AD carry. Because if you position like one time wrong, then you just die, most likely. There are for sure like some AD carries like Ezreal, you can E out, stuff like that. But in general, AD carry will just die. It's the most mechanical role. Also, I would say, like, I'm not sure if it's top lane or mid lane, but I guess mid lane is at least like a little bit harder mechanically than top lane. Then it's top. Then it's, I think we don't have to discuss about jungle support. It's, I think, maybe a little bit more mechanical on jungle than support. Because as support, you don't even have to last it. I mean, yeah, sure, you don't have to last it in jungle, but you have to kite camps, stuff like that. You can like get really much value of it if you do it correctly. On support, you basically only trade on lane, and then you just roam and gank. So we can maybe swap around jungle or support, but I think it doesn't change a lot. Mental. Okay, which role? Like if you are on autopilot, on which role you can do like still good? On mid lane? No, you can get ganked from everywhere. You have to watch the roaming windows from everyone. You have to watch the map. It's really hard if you autopilot mid. Also jungle, you have to actually play the game. You have to think about where to go, efficient pathing, what is your win con, what objective, blah, 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 blah. So let's say on jungle and then mid lane, it's the most important. I think top lane and AD carry is the ones what you can like play most likely the easiest on autopilot. For sure, like if you don't autopilot, you will play like way better, right? But I think those are the roles who should be less affected from autopilot. On top lane, the thing is like if you're once behind, if you do one mistake, then in most matchups it's like really scuffed. On AD carry, you can like still farm, I guess. It's not that disgusting like on top lane. So that's why I would vote here. Okay, game knowledge. I would say jungler has to have the most game knowledge because he has to know the matchups on the lanes, so he can like think about what lanes to gank, what is the win con, how to path. He has to know like the pathing speed of the clearing speed of the enemy jungle, and also you have to know the enemy win con, stuff like that. So you have to have the best game knowledge on this role. Then this is a hard one. I think like mid support, then top, and then AD carry. Maybe mid lane is third, maybe support is here. I mean, since it's not a mechanical role, you have to like be able to carry on like different parts. And I think game knowledge, like how you move on the map, is like it's kind of like same like jungle. It's I mean, it's not the same role, but it's a really similar role in my opinion. So support is that, and then yeah, I guess. I mean, that's what I say. AD carry, game knowledge. I mean, even if you don't know the matchups, if you're mechanically good, you just perma push and hit the turret and outplay the enemy and don't die in team fights, and you like don't know shit about the game, you will like still be able to carry games. Right? If you're mechanically just insane, you can carry games. You don't have to have like you don't need to know much. Okay. So this is like my whole point. There are different aspects where like if you want to, let's say if you want to get let's say diamond 4, okay? You want to get diamond 4. And then we have to think like how much percent is mechanics worth like on AD carry. I would say maybe 70. Mechanics is 70%. Mental is maybe 15. And this is also maybe 15. Okay, and then on jungle, let's say on jungle, mechanics are not that important, but like still important. Let's say maybe, I don't know, 50? Maybe even 40, I don't know. Like these are numbers, like I just say the numbers like how I think it should be, like more or less, you know. I mean, we can't get the exact correct numbers. That's just theory crafting, okay? So mental thing is really important. Wait, no, let me. Mental is the thing is like mental is really important because like once you're in autopilot and tilting and you do the wrong decisions over and over again on jungle, you just fuck up the whole game. So I would even say mental is like at least 40%. Something like that. Game knowledge maybe 30. And yeah, this also 30 then. And if you compare the numbers, like this mental and game knowledge thingy are on AD carry less important. That's like how I feel like it is. This is my feeling how it is. I might be wrong, but for sure there are some how is it called in English? Tendenz. Wait, I have to Google it. Tendency. Never mind, I'm just stupid. Like there has to be a tendency, right? And this is all I'm thinking. Like this is all I talked about. I'm not saying every AD carry has no clue about the game. That's not what I'm saying. That's like there can be also like in Diamond 4, let's say AD carries who are only playing, I don't know, the least mechanical AD carry. I don't know what it is. Let's say, I don't know, let's say Sivir. Okay, we just say Sivir. Okay? So you have to do a lot with macro, maybe also Ashe or something like that. And then there's, I don't know, Vayne or Kai'Sa. Like where you can actually do so much with mechanics. let's say you play Vayne, okay? You just kind of be even on the lane and you come to your like 1 or 2 items. Let's say you just come to your 2 items. And then you have like no game knowledge. You just build every game the same 2 items. You build every game the same 2 items. You're perma on autopilot and you perma push and just sit through it and fight with enemies. Like, and all you have is mechanics. And you will still succeed with Vayne, let's say. Okay, that's my point. So what do you think, guys? Do you agree? Do you disagree? You can discuss in the comments, I guess.